He was the best there was at what he did. And what he did was not nice. A moment of silence for one of Marvel's greats.
So, yeah. Welcome back to One for the Fans. Sad week. But I'm sitting here again with LTG and Justin Lane.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
So, what do you guys want to talk about first?
Well, I think we might want to explain to people why LTG just made that heartfelt eulogy.
Well, it is the beginning of the death of Wolverine, I believe.
The death.
Oh,
He's
it
dead.
happened? Oh,
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, he'll be dead for a little while.
Yeah,
You know, if
probably
anybody-
2 years or so.
If anybody needs, listen. I know Wolverine. LTG was telling me some of the people who have been listening into the cast have been saying, "Oh, we don't really know what you guys are talking about." So, if anybody doesn't know, much about Wolverine, that's weird. But I'll tell you, he was born Benjamin Augustus Middleton, October 10th.
That's not Wolverine.
I'm sorry, guys. That's Ben-Vereen. My apologies. That's the great entertainer, Ben-Vereen. I'm very sorry about the mix-up there. Wikipedia can be really dicey sometimes.
Respect.
Obviously, everyone knows who Wolverine is. He's Hugh Jackman. So,
No. Give him credit.
how you guys been this past
I've
week?
been good. I've been good.
Yeah?
Good.
Totally.
It's windy.
It's been
Tonight.
very windy
Has it?
tonight.
Oh, in here,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And anybody who's been listening to the cast probably realizes we're talking about LTG.
That's not true.
So, anyway, sorry about my coffee cup's very heavy.
Yeah, so how long do you think Wolverine stays dead?
Good question. Good opener. Justin,
Me?
please.
Until fans stop buying books because he's been dead.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
not very long, probably. No, I think it's very silly. I think it's a very silly stunt, but whatever. They do what they do. They always do it.
So they're also thinking of, they're ending Fantastic Four as a book too.
Yeah.
How are they
Talked on.
planning on doing that?
They're just gonna end it.
No.
No, there is actually.
It's
there-
kind of anticlimactic.
No, they have actually announced kind of an event, a story event. I don't remember what it is.
I didn't hear that. Okay.
It's called Fantastic Forever, and it's going to be a big. I'm pretty sure
Interesting.
it's going to be a big event, and I'm sure. I don't know. Maybe they'll finally do some of the stuff that they've danced around forever. I would love to see them address some. Has Johnny graduated from Empire State or Empire
Yes.
University yet? I just want to make sure.
Sure he has.
Oh, Zarathos is back. Nope, there you go. I'd like to see
I'd say
them.
with those.
Spirit of Vengeance.
All
A
right.
motorcycle goes by, I think of the Spirit of Vengeance.
All right.
Who should I think of? If a skateboarder goes by, I think of Night Thrasher.
Person on roller skates goes by.
Would that be Boom Boom?
Yeah.
or Skids?
Golden Age Iron Man. I know this. Now that Wolverine's quote dead, there's going to be a ton of aftershock about him that's going to go past December with Wolverine involved.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
There's-
like all of his like X-23.
Yeah, I think there's like a lot of life
people like
after
that.
Wolverine titles in the X-Men, and Storm #1 is going to come out shortly, and it's going to deal with her reacting to Wolverine's death, and so
Which
he's
is
not
stupid.
going anywhere.
Yeah,
He's going to
that's-
be around for a long time
It's
until
just-
he makes his return.
It doesn't make much sense to make, I don't really think of Storm having a really storied history with, Jesus, man. Dude,
It's just unstoppable.
Oh,
Jesus
God.
Man is the new character.
No.
I
He's not gonna
apologize
be in the
if anyone takes the using of a religious
South Train.
name in vain thing, but
Sorry.
LTG is
I'm
he's a
in-
mythical being tonight. I don't know what.
I'm ethereal.
We're doing this podcast from I don't know if you've
If
ever
you
seen
played the-
Labyrinth, but the Pit of Eternal Stench.
If you played the Marvel role-playing book, I'm an ethereal.
Is that what you are?
Yes!
Okay. Well, anyway, I don't think Storm has. I mean, Justin, do you see
No,
a huge history between Storm and Logan?
They kind of have moments here and there, but yeah, I don't think that's...
He likes his Roro, and that's his pet name for her. They actually have a bond.
Yeah, well, why don't they have him? I mean, he had a pet name for everybody.
And if they're going to do a Storm 1, what is she going to do?
He called Banshee Irish.
Talk about T'Challa for an hour?
Forge Engine.
It's all Wolverine-based.
Yeah.
And in keeping with the Fantastic Four closing, let's talk about the reality here. You know exactly why they're killing Wolverine.
No, I don't think they're killing Wolverine for that reason.
They totally are.
No, you think it's the. I think Wolverine is a
Marvel
character.
conspiracy.
Yeah,
Marvel Gate.
No,
I believe
it's the same reason.
I believe
Fantastic Four.
all the other stuff, but I don't think that makes a hill of beans difference to the movies system because.
Yeah, I don't think
the movies. There's how many years of Wolverine stories that you can tell. I mean, you can tell
that are way more popular than the comic. Anyways.
Yeah, but who is it that was saying that? Was it you? I don't think it was you. I was talking to someone else today. Said they're not really. Fox isn't planning anything beyond another movie, and that's it.
Maybe another with Hugh Jackman, and then they'll maybe get somebody else who's way too tall.
Well, that's why I think they're doing it.
Always, the biggest James mistake. Howlett.
Weigh in below, folks, if you think different or if you agree or disagree, because
I
think that's exactly why they're doing it.
I think what would be cool is if they did. If they did, okay, listen, everybody knows the Death of Superman thing. That was one of the most horrendous events in the history of comics, okay? It closed. No, it closed comic book stores. It destroyed the industry. It was a disaster. Between that and X-Men 1, with the 5 variant covers, that was two of the most brutal things to ever happen to independent comic book store owners in history, okay? Right. Because it alienated the public. Now, what was I going to say? Oh, so what I think would be cool, though, is I don't know if you guys remember a long time ago, John Byrne rebooted Superman, and they made him less powerful.
Yeah, and he was
the black costume.
When he became like electric or whatever.
Oh,
no. We're going way back. That's even... Man of Steel.
Okay.
Way back, okay? John Byrne rebooted Superman. They made him less powerful. They depowered him a little bit.
Yeah.
I would love to see them bring Wolverine back and bring him to within some sort of reasonable range of power. I would also love to see them have maybe come through the Siege Perilous. Do you guys remember the Siege Perilous?
Sure.
Roma sent them through the Siege Perilous. They came back. They couldn't be seen by cameras and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
I would love to see Wolverine come back and they have somehow wiped away the James Howlett thing and the Bone Claw thing.
Well, this is their chance to do that.
Yeah. The Bone Claw thing has got to go. Yeah. That was just absurd.
Weigh in below if you like the Bone Claws or not. I know my best friend from the Bay Area. He got
bone
a tattoo
claws.
of Wolverine with the Bone Claws. Embarrassing?
Yes.
Or not.
Bone Claws.
Bone Claw.
Bone Claw.
He is ready.
Bone Claw.
All right. Let's do this.
All right, yeah. So we've got new episodes.
So we're not going to talk about Benverine at all?
No.
Okay.
He's died.
He was in Pippin, I believe.
Yeah. Scotty Pippin?
Yeah. A lot of people confuse him with Guillaume, Robert Guillaume, TV's Benson.
Yeah.
But
not the same guy.
Anyway. By the way, real quick, the other thing is one other opportunity they have with Wolverine, bring him back with the original intended origin, which is he is a genetically modified Wolverine.
Yeah.
I really don't want them to do that, but it would be
and some
damn
nature
hilarious.
news, the Wolverine itself is endangered. I think there's 40, 50 something left.
You know, it's funny you bring that up because I have some information on the Wolverine right in front of me. Also referred to as glutton, carcajou, skunk bear, or quick hatch. Quick hatch. That's a good meal.
I've made some quick hash
for
breakfast.
I don't see any. No, it's not endangered. It's actually listed as least concern.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they are. The Wolverine is endangered.
No, it really isn't. I'm looking at it right now.
Folks, weigh in below.
Weigh in below, dude. What do you think
Weigh in below. Am I right?
Is the Wolverine endangered, and should it be?
Yeah. Okay, now, let's go back. Comics, let's do it up. Let's start it up. We got some shows to talk about.
So let's start with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Carcajou. Oh. Sorry, I couldn't resist saying carcajou one more time. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's a cool word.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Gentlemen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of a bottle episode, or not bottle episode technically, but like a one and off.
Sure.
I laughed out loud 3 or 4 times. It was actually really funny.
yeah.
Without pushing it to be funny. It caught me off guard. It was really funny.
What did you laugh at?
Just Coulson
Cufflinks?
and
I like the cufflinks.
Maze, just comfortableness together and
Yeah, they have a good rapport.
comfortableness. If it is way in below, if the comfortableness is a word, because we want to find out. We're gonna get to the bottom of that tonight.
Oh god, my eyes were watering.
The actors were really comfortable with each other, and it showed, and I enjoyed it, and it made me laugh.
Yeah,
It was very light.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I didn't dig on that face thing.
Oh yeah,
that was
that
silly.
piece of technology is kind of.
I don't. It was okay. It wasn't a game breaker. It wasn't like
No,
I tuned
yeah,
out
not
of
at
the
all.
show.
And it was
It's very
established.
comic booky.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
very like Steranko
Yeah.
era.
Yeah, well, I love
Like
Steranko.
old. Yeah.
You got to figure Marvel knows what it's doing.
It knows from it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that felt like a very old school. Like
Yeah.
that's the kind of episode you would think of as a like prototypical TV show. Shield going up against Hydra, and the agents are like dressed all like old school spy and dancing.
And it was
You know.
nice the red herring there for a moment where
Oh,
you
yeah,
thought that
the
Talbot
flip.
was Hydra.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So
yeah.
I like that. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Not the strongest. I mean, I still think we're dealing with the fact that they had the strongest damn pilot.
Yeah.
So it's
Or what,
really
yeah,
hard
first
to
episode.
come back.
Yeah.
Pilot, you know what I mean?
Yes,
Season premiere.
Season premiere. Yeah, it's true.
But this
so
one
it's-
was a good balance. It was very light,
Mhm.
but it was also they had action. They had some dramatic moments. It was a
Fitz
real-
is
it was
making
really good
strides
balance. Yeah.
to get back on his
They didn't
feet.
stay too long in any one part of it. It just
True,
felt like
yeah,
there was a
yeah.
nice rhythm to the whole thing, which I enjoyed.
So,
Hello.
hi guys.
Hello.
Hi, we have some people coming in with a weird
It's a commercial
box.
break.
Some people.
With a weird box. It's
We flattened with Pulp's head.
hang on.
Thank you.
That is a thing.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, we're back. Sorry about that, LTG, Justin. I apologize. We had some lovely visitors bring us pastries that I can't eat because I'm on a
Deliciousness.
horrible diet. It's my fault for getting fat.
Where were we?
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so we were talking about the old kind of spy feel.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, that was a sip from our sponsor.
Uh,
Yeah, no, it had the Steranko thing. Now, Justin, the people who don't know Jim
Oh,
Steranko's work, that's the concern here is, first of all, they should, right? Because he's awesome.
Yeah.
The man who drew, like, the first sexy femme fatale characters in comics and strong women. And
Yeah. Very distinctive style.
Yeah.
Did you hear about
Really
the
brilliant.
heat about the latest Spider-Woman comic?
No,
That-
I
that-
did not hear the heat.
artist that got under fire for his
Oh,
controversial
about the cover? Yeah.
Yeah.
I did hear about that.
Well, what was wrong with the cover?
She
She
had
was in
like
this,
her
ridiculous
ass
pose,
up in the air
totally
and-
over sexual. Like,
Oh,
it was
yeah,
just, like,
yeah.
but it's also
over-sexualized.
like a weird perspective and like the anatomy
Yeah.
of it is like
Yeah.
wrong.
I,
So they changed it.
Good. You know why? Because enough of that nonsense.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to name names, but there are a couple of artists out there who basically literally pause porno movies and draw from that and
Who,
buy
Disney?
skin mags.
Oh.
No,
Oh,
no.
alright.
You know what I
Maybe.
mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's actually if the people, I'm not going to name names, but if you want to look it up, just do a little Google search on comic book hack porn drawing.
Okay.
And you will find.
It's an interesting search.
I'm just guessing. That's what'll bring it up.
For the under 18
If you
people
don't-
joining in, please don't do that.
If you don't add the porn part, then just Rob Liefeld stuff will come up. Sorry, Rob. No offense. I'm just speaking the truth. That's what'll come up. So anyway, no, I didn't hear about that, but it doesn't surprise me. It's about time that they stop doing that nonsense. It's gross. And you know what?
It's not necessary.
It's not necessary. It doesn't.
And it doesn't help sell comics.
It doesn't sell.
And they didn't do it
comics.
for the
Maybe to a
Thor
couple of
number one.
spankers.
The female Thor number one was totally conservative, so it's like.
Well, that don't get me started on the
Oh, I'm
whole
just
thing.
giving an example.
Okay, back to
They didn't
Agents
do
of
it.
S.H.I.E.L.D., 'cause now I'm upset. No, sorry.
What else was going on in that episode?
Well, we were talking in the break about Reyna at the very end.
Quit smacking your mic around.
I like it.
Okay.
I smack it when I like it.
Sometimes you have to.
Reyna, I like she got served, and it was about time.
Right
Yeah.
at the very end there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was great.
That's just a total setup for next week, I'm assuming, too, which will be like a Reyna versus Coulson episode.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They had the preview that made it look like that.
Hydra's like getting everything in order.
Yeah, I like seeing like the Hydra strike team come in.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird that they have their logo on everything, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, they are out in the open now.
Well, no, they're not. The government's hunting them as much as they're hunting S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. But I mean, they're not like hiding anymore like they were for years.
Oh, well, people realize they
know
exist
what
again.
Hydra is
right.
now.
Yeah.
Right. Not Hydra, not Hydro-Man or Hydraman. Different.
Right.
Different. No, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good episode. I don't think I was as up on it or as keen on it as you guys were.
I thought it was the weakest one so far.
Oh,
this
okay.
season.
All right.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I enjoyed it. I just I don't want them to take too long. with
Yeah.
things.
Which was again why I was like happy that Fitz is kind of making strides
Yes.
to get out of this, at least out of his head.
Yeah.
As much, and yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that completely. I've always liked the Fitz character too, so I'd like to see more, get resolved with him faster, so we can get back to him being the lovable, bumbling science guy.
Now, I streamed mine, so they didn't show a preview of next week's. Did anyone see that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's going to be Coulson versus Reyna, basically. Trying to outmaneuver each other is what it looked like.
That's what it looked like.
But now Reyna's
Well, she's
under
working.
control.
She's working for the Reed Diamondman.
yeah. So yeah, she's
Not Diamond Lil. Totally different character, or Diamondback. These
And
are
then
all geeky references.
Yeah.
the May versus May thing was a big that was kind of, to me, seemed like they were writing the episode around.
Yeah, they
that.
wanted that scene,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah.
I wanted.
She's great.
I wanted. The one thing is, I
Really
wanted Coulson to kick a little bit more ass.
True.
Because he was confident that he could take Ward at the end of last season.
Yeah, that's true.
And I want to see
Anyone who
Coulson
stood
let-
up to Loki
Yeah.
should be confident
Yeah.
to take.
But I
any
mean,
regular
he.
person
Like Coulson's arch enemy is Loki.
Yeah,
when
I know,
you think
right?
about it.
Once you've done that, it's
Yeah.
like I can take anyone. It
Yeah.
doesn't really matter.
I did. You know what I really did enjoy about it was the him contacting Talbot.
Yeah.
And being like, I'm going to give you a heads up.
Yeah.
Watch your back, kind of thing.
That-
I do
that
see their.
relationship
Yeah,
is
I do see
gonna-
that relationship going in an interesting direction.
General
which I like.
Talbot.
General Talbot. Yeah.
Brigadier General.
Right. Is he a brigadier general?
Yeah, they've said it.
In the
a couple
Air
times.
Force,
Yeah.
correct?
No, maybe.
He's kind of the running
Yeah.
enemy, sort of. This
Oh,
season.
the foil. He's the Mr. McGee to Coulson's Incredible Hulk. That would be the David Banner Hulk, not the Bruce Banner
Yeah.
Hulk.
Cue the sad music.
Anyway, okay. So we all like Shield. We like Shield. It's going to take a lot for Shield to disappoint
One
us.
big question with Shield going forward too.
Oh my!
Who is writing? Who did the painting? Who etched on the back?
Oh
of that
yeah.
painting?
Okay, so this is all very interesting. Now that the writing was new,
Yeah.
but the painting was
Painting
old.
was old.
Right. I
So-
thought it would have been cooler if the writing had been old. But who am I to say?
Yeah.
That's a good question. So, is it a character? It's not someone we've seen before.
Yeah, probably not. Unless it's Kyle MacLachlan.
Could be Kyle MacLachlan. But the spy.
Kyle MacLachlan is.
I believe Kyle MacLachlan is
The doctor.
That's the
case
they're
people
calling
don't
him the
know.
doctor. That's the actor, great actor who's playing the character of Sky's father, or supposedly Sky's father, according to Reyna. And my theory is that he is related to the Inhumans in some way, but most likely that he is a character called the High Evolutionary, which is a semi-villainous character in Marvel Comics. Who he's more morally ambiguous. Who is a scientist who wears the coolest.
He was a
purple
contemporary
mask.
of Mr. Sinister's,
Yes,
I believe.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He one of the cooler looking characters that was ever
Yeah.
done in Marvel Comics.
Especially
in
his
that
modern,
cheesy way.
especially his modern
Yeah.
look too. They've made him look really cool. in recent days.
Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I'm not totally familiar with High Evolutionary. What is his deal? What is is he? Is he human? Is he altered human? Is he mutant?
He started as human.
Yeah.
But he has done, according to he's been changed a couple of different times throughout the years, but he has done.
His power set is like ridiculously vague.
Yeah, he goes up and down. He's changed quite a bit. I mean, like he'll argue with Uatu the Watcher 1 minute, and then the next minute he's running away from Squirrel Girl.
Right.
Then again, Squirrel Girl has bested Doctor Doom.
She's kind of
Thanos.
the biggest badass in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, Squirrel Girl. She's no joke. She's no joke. Isn't she the nanny for
right?
Luke Cage's
really?
kid? Yeah,
Oh,
she's
boy.
Squirrel Girl. She's the nanny. High Evolutionary.
A stalwart of the Great Lakes Avengers.
Yes.
True.
Well, she actually left because she felt like her success was holding them back, which is actually true. I know my Squirrel Girl. Actually, I just really know my Great Lakes Avengers. No, the High Evolutionary. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about him here. I'm pulling him up. Herbert Edgar Wyndham. So that's the name to watch out for.
Dr. Wyndham.
Yeah, any of those. He was born in Manchester, England. He was a student at Oxford in the 1930s. So he's old.
Yeah.
He's actually not as old as
So that
Sinister.
makes sense with
Sinister
the
was older,
Sinister.
right?
Was
Essex.
No, but I think he was because
Yeah, 'cause-
Sinister was a contemporary of Darwin's too.
Right. And
He took an interest in
Nathaniel
the work of
S-
genetic biologist
yes.
Nathaniel Essex.
Nathaniel Essex was there for Darwin's funeral. Like he actually was an attendant.
So I think they were all like, scientists studying like similar fields.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it was. I don't know. Was the Counter Earth stuff that's the storylines that involve the High Evolutionary? Was that Kirby? I think
Maybe.
it might have been Kirby. It was definitely on the cosmic kind of level thing. But we're talking Counter Earth, so we're talking. It's going to tie into Adam Warlock, which would tie into Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
And then, of course, he also has base on Wonder Mountain, so he was tied into Pietro and Wanda Maximoff, which are better
would
known
tie
as
into
Quicksilver.
Avengers 2, therefore.
Right. Quicksilver, not Quick Hatch, which is another name for a Wolverine. So,
And
but
my new band.
yeah, Anyway, so look up High Evolutionary. It's a cool character. It's a theory I have that I'm trying to talk these guys into. They seem to be warming up to it.
It seems to make more sense than the Kree, which I was going on. I thought that guy had a chance to be Miss Marvel because the Miss Marvel now in the continuity has brown hair and she's a teen, so they're kind of doing the whole Nova thing where Nova's a teenager in high school. I don't know his name.
The new one, or
the
is
kid
it?
Sam something?
Yeah, I forget his name.
What are you asking?
The kid Nova is Sam.
Oh yeah,
something.
I don't know.
Browning? No,
I'm not sure.
think
Way in below if you know. His last name. I know his first name's Sam, but
so you thought it was going to be Ms. Marvel?
I thought there was a outside shot. It was just a total guess, but I really like this Jessica Drew theory a lot, and if it happens, that would be awesome. Because I'm a big Spider-Woman fan. So.
You know what? Actually, it's interesting because we were talking about the High Evolutionary. We started out talking about Wolverine. It's been denied by Len Wein, but a lot of people have been reporting for years and years and years that the High Evolutionary created Wolverine in that original intended. Because his thing was he would take animals and evolve them.
Yeah.
So anyway, maybe anyway, whether or not he's the High Evolutionary, it's a cool concept. I want to see that. I don't want to wait all season for that to get played out completely.
No. Hopefully they might be able to do it before. They're taking a hiatus.
Right.
In
Right.
the winter. So
So it's almost like two seasons in
I
one.
hate that.
Yeah.
And then they're going to bridge it with Agent Carter as
Which
well.
is cool.
It's a cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I think that it's something that heavy is going to be something they'll wait till the end.
Oh, I don't mean to
expose.
resolve it. Oh, you mean even to expose it?
Yeah.
Well,
because
we'll
it's
see.
if
I
it,
don't know.
if,
I don't
if,
think
if
you could
that's-
wait an entire season. I mean,
You got to remember
one of the
these
things in the
seasons
trailers,
are
dude.
long.
I know,
man.
but if
This ain't
you're going to
Netflix.
introduce that, it's going to join up with the Avengers 2.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily-
Which is next year.
Not
Well,
necessarily right away, though.
We'll see. We'll
There-
see what
There
happens.
could still be.
So when do you
story.
figure? Let's talk about this. So when do you think Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's 22 episodes,
22 or
Something like that.
24?
Something like that.
and they're going to take a break when?
December, I believe.
Okay, and then it's going to resume in 2015. So when do you think it'll finish?
It'll finish like, I don't know.
You're talking about the season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the? Well, I mean, we can look that up.
Because
that's something.
Because
you might
Avengers
look up.
2 is coming out in May 15th,
Yeah,
I believe. So
I believe Shield is still going to be on the air then.
if
yeah,
your
it
theory
should
is,
actually be wrapping up then.
if your theory is correct, that's what I think they'll do. I
Well-
think that's how they'll wrap it.
We'll see, but you know, I
That's my guess.
my
Way in
point
below.
is my point is don't go as slowly in season 2 as you did in season 1. That was my point.
Yeah.
Reveal something.
Okay.
She looks like she's meeting her dad next episode, potentially.
That would be
too,
cool.
So
That's cool.
All right, let's
we'll
change
see.
gears.
Let's change gears.
Do we want to stay in Marvelverse or 616,
Well, we don't-
or do you want to go over to the...
we don't
What
have
else?
any-
What other news is there?
Discombobulated
What other
DC.
news is there in Marvel?
Well, there's the Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, that's
No,
a
I mean,
bombshell.
Well,
Let's get the shows out of the way.
Yeah,
oh, you're
and then
right.
we
There's
can talk.
3 DC shows and only 1 Marvel
Yeah.
show. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
Yeah.
So
just
let's
go to
talk
DC.
about.
Should we go best to worst or worst to best?
In our opinion.
Let's go best to worst.
Okay, so we'll save Gotham for last.
Again.
All right. Flash was awesome.
I thought Flash won the week. I thought Flash.
I
had the
laughed.
best
It was
episode.
I
dramatic. It was
thought it was a
entertaining.
filler episode.
Oh, really?
It was, but it was still better than everything else that
Yeah.
week.
I thought it was okay. I liked it.
The power
but
stunts were great.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was incredible.
Okay,
I thought it was
well,
good.
that's fair enough. I don't think it was incredible either, but I had a great time watching it. I
yeah.
genuinely laughed.
I will tell you
genuinely-
what I loved about it. I loved the character development between him
Yeah.
and his foster
Oh,
father.
yeah, that was
It
great.
was great.
That was the whole show.
It
to
was
me.
amazing. I thought.
I
thought
wish
it was,
it
I
had-
thought that.
I
Was
thought the way
incredible.
they handled a character like Multiplex that is inherently kind of difficult to shoot
Right.
was that's kind of an ambitious character to put on a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which just proves that they've paved the way for Jamie Madrox's multiple
Yeah,
men.
so who-
multiple men.
I mean,
men.
if you look at his comic or his costume in the comics too, he looks like a dark multiple.
So
man.
who was first?
He even has like the same design.
I don't know who was first, Jamie Madrox or Multiplex.
I believe Madrox was.
Yeah.
Is this a
Yeah.
real villain? Because I,
think
don't read
he-
Flash.
I think, yeah, Multiplex is more of a recent villain, but he's from Firestorm, I believe.
Oh,
He's
okay.
a Firestorm villain.
So he's an 80s villain.
He might have been
The
actually
Vision.
from the newer
Right.
Firestorm
Okay.
that was out.
No, I liked it. I love that character development between Barry and his foster dad. You know who annoys me? The Iris.
Oh, she's already annoying me.
Yeah,
She's
gotta go. Gotta
Oh,
go.
yeah.
I
Out of all the girls outside of
Oh, boy, here
what's
we
her
go.
name? Fitz
every time
Simmons.
and Marva Simmons. She's fine. Out of all the girls, I'm okay with her. Out of all the females in all of our shows, she doesn't bother me at all. I think she's
Really?
okay. I don't know why.
I don't know.
I just and I will smack my mic screen to make my point.
dude.
Vision is looking at me across the way. He's very angry. He's
we-
red faced.
We have a Vision bobblehead, and he's it's emotion. It's not the emotionless Vision.
He was
He's
shaking
angry.
his head no in a bobble fashion.
Yeah, no. Anyway, if that loud noise was
Sorry.
LTG for
Way in below if that annoyed
there's
you
a
or not.
mic in front of him. Yeah. Anyway, so she annoys me. I'm not a fan of hers.
Yeah.
I like.
I don't like her boyfriend either.
Who, Thawne?
Yeah, Thawne.
They don't bother me.
Well,
There's something weird going on in his performance.
Well, do you think he's trying to tip it?
I don't.
like-
I don't know if he's trying to tip it or if it's like if it's a reverse psychology thing where he's just kind of a weirdo, and we're thinking that he's going to be like this mastermind villain. And I don't think
I don't get that.
I don't really think I think it might be a misdirect.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I think Zoom might end up being Dr. Wells.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And that's TV's Ed, if
Yes,
I'm correct,
it is.
right?
that is
Who
TV's
people
Ed.
used to confuse me with. Now they confuse
I can actually,
Dr. House
I,
with me.
I can
can
kind of
see
see
both
that.
of
Yeah, I
those.
can see both those, or just Satan. I can see Satan as well.
I do have a charm.
Yeah, no. So Iris is bothering me.
I mean, Grant Gustin is just perfect though.
Yeah, no.
He's
He's great. He's great. He's got just enough of the aw shuck stuff to play. Maybe a less smarmy. Wally would have to be, if they did the Wally West Flash,
And he
it
could,
would have to be.
I'm
a
telling
bit
you, he could do Peter
smarmier.
Parker. He could be a
he
really
does.
good
He really
Spider-Man.
he really feels like But if you
but
think
he
about
can't
it,
now. But
those characters are very similar.
Yeah.
yeah, but I get the
Like,
feeling
just
that
in
when I
general.
read the Flash comic book, he's more like he's a quick wit.
So Spider-Man.
He's smug.
They're both scientists.
But I mean,
as well.
the guy in the TV show, he doesn't come off the way that the Flash does in the comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he'll grow into that. I don't know, but you know the Flash that I'm used to in the comic book, he's very quick wit. He's got.
Well, I think that might be Wally West Flash.
He's smug, you know.
Yeah. Barry Allen Flash is a little more, like, grounded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I love too, because so I was watching it and he's having these spells, right? And I was like,
I
was like, oh man, I remember Barry Allen used to have to like eat
all the time.
eat all the time.
He
So
does
I
it
was-
in the Justice League cartoon.
Yeah,
all
I
the
was
time.
pretty psyched that they actually did that. That they actually gave him the hunger issue.
Yeah.
What do you think of his science friends?
What? Oh,
Frost
Killer Frost and Vibe.
Yeah, the Star Labs.
Oh, they're great. I like them both. I have no issue with either performance.
No.
I like them both. I think she's the stronger actor of the two. They're both good though. No, I dig them. I think they're cool. Why, you don't like them?
No, they're fine.
Yeah, I like them too.
So far, I'm fine with everybody.
So far, I'm fine with everybody. Yeah. I like. And there's,
No one really
well,
bothers me.
Iris is the only one that's like hinting, especially that scene where she comes in like bugs Barry. That happens like in every there's only been 2 episodes, and it seems like it's happening all the time already.
Yeah.
She like walks into his office and bugs him.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah.
It's like,
So, but anyway,
it's gonna be a long road of these.
We were keen. Oh well, we haven't talked about the elephant in the room about that episode. The ending. He killed him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so do you?
Well, he was already.
I don't want to give any spoilers. That's why I just made it very random the way I said that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's-
Can we say what happened?
It's
Yeah. What's that?
No,
By the way, Madrox came first,
We don't need-
1975
I
versus
knew that.
1978.
Well, no, we don't need to say anything. I mean, if you've seen it, you know what we're talking about. If not, then weigh in below once you do see it to let us know what you think.
Why
it
would-
cements for me.
The question is, yeah, what is his motive?
Why does he need to be protected and kept safe? That's the
it
question.
cements
Yeah.
for me who he is.
Because he has to do something, probably.
I think
you
it pushes it in a different direction. I think he's somebody. I'm trying to think if there is a. Man, you guys are really
It's just awful.
clumsy. I think I think it pushes him in another direction. I think him being Zoom is too easy.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might be somebody more interesting from sort of the more
Rip Hunter?
but you know what I'm saying.
He feels like, that.
You know, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But there is like the Kronos character.
Yeah.
There are interesting people that could be brought in. And the other thing is, you got to remember, there's no rights issues. The advantage that DC, the DC universe stuff has over the Marvel stuff when it comes to writing is there's no rights issues.
Right.
They can use anybody unless it's an internal agreement where, like, you can't use Batman, you can't use Superman, but that's within
more
the
of an
organization.
editorial thing.
Exactly. Which, by the way, DC has always had a better handle on, even in the books.
Yeah.
To use Batman, you have to ask for serious permission, and it has to be canon with all the other stuff he does. So, I don't know. We'll see. But Flash was good.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yep.
My favorite of the week.
Mine as well, yeah. And then over in Arrow.
But there was no Grodd.
No.
No, he will come.
But I was thinking, too, if we're using, like, Firestorm villains and stuff, can't we start using the villains of other heroes we feature on the show, or maybe even heroes we don't? Yeah, but like, could we get like Dr. Siviana and Mr. Mind and stuff like that? If you're gonna go really ridiculous,
It's in the same universe as Arrow,
Yeah.
right? And Arrow used Batman villains,
Yeah,
and
Almost
stuff.
exclusively.
So I mean, we can bring in
because if you're gonna do Grodd too, it's not that you could do Mr. Mind probably as well,
Right.
Have a telepathic.
sure. What
As
about
a villain? No.
What about well, the thing is,
Grodd's
now,
a capper, though. That's got to
Grodd.
be like
Grodd's got to be
the
to
season
Me, to me, Grodd's got to
finale
be
fight.
his nemesis.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
at some point.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, he needs a
At the end
whole
of it all.
season.
Yeah,
like
it's gotta
Deathstroke
be
got
Grodd.
Just
on
like
Arrow.
his
Yeah.
costume torn up, he's like on the verge.
Yeah,
and just
Grodd's
like,
like
they go
just
at it.
manhandling him. But gorilla handling. But the
Simeon.
yeah,
handling.
the other thing about the Grodd thing is what's cool now is, and I want to see this spill over into Arrow, which I guess we'll move on to next, is
Interesting.
you now have powers.
Right.
Yes,
So proper
yes, that's what
powers
I
that
was-
are not a result of the
So now
Mirakuru.
Arrow's villains can actually
Yeah.
have powers
Right.
too.
How long before the two series combine for like a
Oh, there's going to be a
2-hour special?
crossover.
Oh,
There'll
there
be a
has to be.
Or they
crossover.
team up to take on like
Well, I think it's
Grodd
going to
and
be
someone
more
else.
like the Homicide, Life on the Street, Law and Order crossover.
I
Really
don't know what you're
serious,
talking
dark.
about.
Anyway,
No.
I don't think it's going to be like that at all. I think it's going to be more like superhero team up. Marvel
That will
2-in-1.
be good
Marvel.
TV for comics fans.
So Arrow. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I was not.
I'm sorry. What happened this week? I don't remember.
Well, they talked
only
about
kidding.
Sarah's death.
It was a character episode that
Yeah.
had to happen.
Yeah,
It was-
It was
The
mostly
acting-
about getting Laurel to.
It was about starting
Yes,
to
right.
turn Laurel into Black
Yeah,
Canary.
yeah.
Felicity was a little needy, a little
Yeah,
annoying.
I didn't understand
Her-
why Felicity was like the most affected.
Yeah, they gave her a big
Of everyone.
stage, and then it's kind of annoying. They gave her a little bit too much.
They
in
were.
the episode.
That's not.
Not enough Oliver.
That's not the actress's fault. First of
No,
all,
No, not at all.
Not at all.
What that is
And that's not what I was
they
implying, but,
wanted to give her gravitas because then when she goes over
To Flash.
to not
Oh.
to Flash to the Atom,
Oh, okay.
they
Yeah.
wanted that to
Yeah.
be a big deal.
All
So
right.
they wanted to give. I think that's what happened is they wanted to give her some serious gravitas.
Yeah.
So her
She is
leaving.
going to appear on
I
an
accept
episode
that.
of Flash.
Well, she has to.
They yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
she
Oh,
has to.
Oh,
Oh, well, sure. But no, I actually liked the episode. I didn't have the issue with
I
it you
didn't
guys
mind
had.
it. I was a little underwhelmed.
Yeah, I was just under. Yeah.
They still have not caught the fireworks from season 1 and 2. Yet.
Well, let's not.
It's early.
Let's not forget too that season 1 in particular for me with Arrow had a big dead spot in the middle,
Yeah.
and I love Arrow,
yeah.
but it had a big dead spot in the middle. These are delicious lips.
Mm.
That kind of fell flat, and it was right around the whole Huntress thing and all that.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I'm gonna give it a break. It moves in sort of waves. It seems that show. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
The villain this week too was
It's confusing
it was
now.
a character from
Well,
comics, but
But it was a red herring.
yeah, it was a total red herring.
Yeah.
So whoever the
You
killer
guys
is still out
you
there.
guys made fun of me when I made my joke last week, but they
If it is, I'm going to be annoyed. But
it could be Thea Queen.
It could be.
no, it's definitely not her.
Oh,
It's
no, no.
not.
She's training, which is cool. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you brought up that it was the son of Malcolm Merlin.
Tommy
Tommy?
Merlin. No,
Never-
I didn't bring that up.
Oh.
Other Justin did.
Was it you that said
Yeah.
that?
Oh, I said Tommy.
Justin
I said it kind
Peterson.
of facetiously though. It's like
But you know
Tommy
what?
Merlin back
You know
in
what's
the day.
funny?
Because he's in the
He
flashback.
was in the flashback, and,
Yeah.
and immediately
That was strange,
Why
right?
did they do that? That would be
No, it actually makes total sense because his father studied under Ra's al Ghul. His
Oh, the
father
Lazarus pits.
could take the body and carry it to the Lazarus pits.
All right.
Yeah,
It could be
I'm,
Tommy.
I'm willing to admit that
Yeah.
that joke could actually be.
So and she
It's
would
just from going
she
from
would have known
Deathstroke to
him.
Tommy Merlin is kind of like
Well, no, because
he's not going to be like the big bad of the season.
Well, no, he might be because
Oh, really?
maybe Malcolm Merlin was never the Merlin destined to be the villain because
Yeah.
Green Arrow's arch enemy's name
Is
is
Merlin.
Merlin.
yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. It could be Tommy Merlin.
Do you think they made a mistake making Deathstroke so soon, making him be the big bad so
I
soon?
think they made a mistake. I think he should have gotten away. I
Yeah.
think that
All right.
Deathstroke
Well, he
should be out
technically
there.
did. He's alive and he's in a prison.
Yeah,
So
but you know what I mean. They
Yeah.
they depowered him.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I think he should have. I actually would have liked to have seen because in the comics, Deathstroke's an anti-hero.
Right.
I would have liked to have seen almost a reconciliation between the two
Yeah.
of them, and like a grudging sort of, okay,
Right.
you go your way, I'll go mine.
Yeah.
And leave him out there.
Right.
Yeah, and they can cross paths again.
Because Deathstroke, I mean, for a guy, I mean, listen, when it comes to powers, all right, Barry Allen, the Flash, I'm sorry, one thing comic book gets wrong is, as far as physical-based powers, speed wins.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So
He's ridiculous.
strength is nothing compared to speed. So
Right.
but in the comic books, like Deathstroke is a guy that could actually beat down on the Flash. he's an interesting character to have out there. And now they've taken away his powers because what is it? He's supposed to use something like 99% of his brain for combat.
Yeah.
He's like sick. He's amazing. So I'm a little bummed that now I did it. Now I hit my mic. What's going on?
I apologize.
Tonight? Oh, I'm wearing a hat. That's why. I'm gonna take the hat off.
Much better.
These cowboy hats. They just. That's not a cowboy hat. It got the beer cans and the straws. This awesome hat. Okay, so Arrow, not really much to talk about, really. I do like Ray Palmer. I do like him.
It's great.
I like him.
Yeah.
Thing we forgot about Flash too. Was that the cosmic treadmill?
I don't know. Was it?
I
That's
don't
a
know.
good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
What are we
question.
talking? Explain that.
The thing that Vibe built.
Yeah, in the Flash episode when Vibe builds that treadmill for Barry to test out.
Oh, okay.
His speed
Okay.
on. Is that the cosmic treadmill from the comics, which allows Flash to reverse time and stuff like
Oh.
that?
Yeah, it's a device he uses to time travel because
Okay.
the Flash
Possible.
stories are very time travel heavy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
So-
is why also it's great that there's already a time travel element
Yeah.
on the show right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think they're going to use Vibe. I think they're going to use him to. I just call him Vibe. They're going to use him to pull in a lot of the what's the word I'm looking for? To pull in a lot of the cool little tidbits that they're going to use later on. I also think that if they do anything with Killer Frost, if they do make her into Killer Frost, which they should, it's Caitlin Snow, is that her name?
Yeah.
I think the Killer Frost should leave Flash and go over to Arrow because I think the character of Killer Frost would be really interesting in that show.
Well, they have the
Especially
opportunity
again with
to do all
powers.
that.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
You'd have a legitimate
Which makes it
power
really
thread.
interesting that they get to do that. Like, they get 2 shows to
And
just
they
play
just
with.
cast Victor Garber as Dr. Stein.
You got to remind me who Victor Garber is.
He was on Alias. He was Jack Bristow on Alias. And he's
Lead's
been in a lot
dad?
of stuff. Yeah.
Comment below if you know who Victor Garber is.
But they just cast him as Dr. Stein, who is half.
And who's the lead of Alias? Jennifer Garner,
Yes.
who played Elektra.
Yeah.
If you cared to remember that.
Yeah. Well, you love Elektra.
I love Elektra.
Okay.
Nachos.
But it was very cool. It was really, really cool. Now I'm gonna shock you guys with something, unless you want to keep talking about Arrow.
No, go ahead.
I liked this week's episode of Gotham
It's not a shock.
more than the ones I've watched before.
Right. And I've said
Yeah.
this to a few
It was
people.
okay.
I thought it was the best. I still don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's pretty
and
much-
that's how
that's
I
pretty
feel.
much the
And I
consensus.
wish that they hadn't waited this long to give me the episode I'd be indifferent about, as opposed to violently opposed to.
Well,
It's interesting. They're narrowing it down now. It's Penguin.
Is it a question
It's-
of comfortableness?
It's Penguin, Commissioner Gordon, pre-Commissioner Gordon, excuse me.
Yeah.
And then now a little bit of Bruce Wayne, but now it's like Penguin and Gordon, and they're like focusing in on that.
Yeah, Porden.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
did you see Patton Oswalt and the actor who plays Cobblepot got in a
Fist fight?
mutual
Damn.
respect conversation on Twitter last
Wow.
week too.
Oh, that's cool.
I wouldn't
Patton
know
was
from- tell us.
Patton was basically saying that he's the best part of the show.
Oh,
and
nice.
That they should write to him more. and
Yeah,
stuff
I'm
like
getting that a lot too from some of the
I've
comments
said that-
and some of the people
I've
who
said they-
listen to
I've
the
said that from the
podcast.
beginning.
Yeah, that people really
You make
the thing they like about Gotham is the
It's
Penguin.
Penguin.
Yeah, you make Falcone the villain. You make the show about Penguin's rise to power. That's what I said. And you get rid of Fish Mooney, just kill her.
But they're gonna.
He's got to take her out to take her place, right?
Right.
So I mean,
It's could have just called
I
Cobblepot.
like. That's what I said. Yeah, I like the penguin thing.
Yeah.
I don't understand the sandwich eating thing. I don't get it, but
He didn't do
it's
it
a
this
little-
time.
yeah.
There was cannolis.
Yeah,
we
well,
don't
he
know.
could-
He may have done it. We didn't see them die.
Yeah.
He may have enjoyed
I'm just
a
saying
treat.
he
He may
didn't-
have had like a bag.
This week was
in his
cannolis.
pocket.
It wasn't a sandwich.
That's right. No, I mean his ruthlessness is awesome. I like it. He's really there's no honor to him whatsoever,
Yeah.
which makes him almost kind of work instead of the Joker too. You don't really
Yeah.
need the Joker if
Do
you
you
got
get
a
the
character
feeling that
Yeah.
in this show he's gonna take them all out? Fish Mooney, Maroni, Falcone.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because Falcone
Well,
stays
no,
around. Falcone's
right.
the Roman.
Well,
That's,
right.
That's a
but
character.
in this show,
No, I don't think he'll take out Falcone. I think it'll.
Okay.
I think.
'Cause
Well,
he-
maybe he will.
Because
Maybe he will.
the previews show like a confrontation between
Maroni, yeah.
and
Well, yeah, in
Penguin.
which he slams Penguin's head into the table.
Maybe he offered him a cannoli.
Yeah, this
Maybe.
is its own continuity, so nothing's safe.
Yeah,
But
yeah. What are you swatting
A
at?
cemetery fly.
Cemetery
they're
flies.
hovering around your
Oh,
stench.
the death urge. Anyway,
Oh man.
no, I thought, but here's where the episode lost me. Now, there's a lot of issues with the writing and the really broad dialogue and the scene chewing and everything else. But I'm going to say this right now, and please, people, when you hear me say things like this, please understand that I'm not referring to the people who play these characters. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but my God, Barbara Gordon has got to go. Boring.
Yeah.
That scene
The
between
worst scene.
Boring.
I just
So
Forced.
far, probably the worst scene in the show.
yeah,
maybe,
and
so far.
it took an episode that could have been that I was enjoying
That
watching
scene-
the
I think we're
Penguin
talking
do
about the
his
same
thing.
scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The scene at the end where she
both
breaks-
scenes. That one
Yeah.
and the one where she's like, "Who's Oswald?" I won't. It's work
Oh,
stuff. Is it?
Yeah.
It's work stuff. Is it?
It's boring. It's forced. It's like they're forcing Barbara Gordon
I just get
into
rid
the
of
show.
get rid of
and
her.
It's like,
Boring.
We're only interested in the other Barbara Gordon.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
yeah. That's a really good point. Yeah, you know what? You hit
That's
it right
precisely
on the head,
what it
LTG.
is. I
That's
would
the
rather,
problem.
if we're gonna have a redheaded Barbara Gordon
Yeah.
in the show, I would rather it
Yeah.
be the future Batgirl.
But- Yeah.
Also, what about the Mortal Kombat sequence between the two young females,
Oh, that was
where they
ridiculous.
ripped the scene right
Well,
from
that's
Dark
the thing.
Knight,
It
where
was
they
pretty
was
much
vibe for
any
the job?
scene that wasn't Bullock and
Who's
Gordon.
the girl supposed to be that Fish Mooney is courting?
I don't know. I don't.
The
think
one that
anyone.
looked like Zoe Deschanel that
I
beat
don't-
up the other
I
chick
really
who
don't
didn't
think it's
look
anyone.
like her.
So
I
it's
think it's a new character.
So they're just filling space with random.
I am
scenarios.
willing to beat another person to within an inch of death for this minimum wage club gig.
So if Fish Mooney's gonna die, what's the importance of this? What's the importance of this
I
person?
don't know.
Okay, and what was
Oh,
with,
she's going to use her against Falcone.
and what was
to
with
do
the
so or
fight?
something.
Why were they all in cocktail dresses? And the
It
other
was-
girl
it was-
charges
it-
clumsily, and then she gets a haymaker.
You know
and
what?
just
Here's the
goes
sad
down
thing.
like a sack of
Here's the sad
potatoes.
thing. It was so stupid to me. It didn't even really
Yeah.
elicit a reaction.
No, me too. I
forgot
was like,
about
What was the word?
Illicit.
Elicit. I'm sorry.
It elicited.
It elicited a response to me like, "What is happening right now?
Yeah.
Why are we
Confusion.
watching this?"
It was weird. I didn't dig
It
on
was
it.
uncomfortable. That
Yeah,
was another-
yeah. It was stupid. It was really stupid.
But why do they need it?
I don't even know. Yeah,
Why
I'm not
put it
sure
in?
why
Who
she's
is
necessary.
she? If
I
she's
don't know.
nobody, then what's the point?
Maybe
of that
she's
whole-
somebody. Maybe she's Harlequin. Harley Quinn. Maybe she's. Who knows?
I don't think so.
I mean, God knows they have showed that they are willing to
Isn't
pull
Harley
in.
Quinn a therapist?
Maybe
Yeah.
she's Clayface.
She's
In,
not.
like
She
already in
could be
disguise.
Clayface.
She's
You
not
would never
Clayface.
know.
Maybe she's Killer Croc.
She's not. in any
No,
of
she's
those.
probably definitely not Killer Croc.
All right, I was just throwing some ideas out there.
Maybe
you know.
she's the Joker. Let's just go crazy.
Hey.
Maybe you know they could do a female Joker.
It's the-
And she looked kind of.
He's an agent
She
of-
looked kind of Jokerish when she was all puffy faced there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe she is.
I think we've cracked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Gotham finishes last
Maybe.
again for this week
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
hero runs.
So that's 0 for 4 for Gotham so far.
Yeah.
But again,
Gotham.
yeah, it was probably the best episode so far.
And the enemy
Any
was worse than
episode-
Balloon Man.
Yes.
Any episode that is not Bullock and Gordon or the Penguin,
No.
I do not care about. That's my issue with the show.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, I just figured out who that girl was.
Oh.
No, I'm not joking. They've said that it's its own universe, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I think that they're going into the old 1964. No, I don't. God, I can't remember the character's name. There was the go-go dancer villain.
Oh,
that
yeah.
ridiculous character, the go-go dancer villain,
I don't know.
who died falling into the nuclear pylon.
Oh,
And
boy.
Batman watched it and said, "What a way to go!" It was a great scene.
Wow.
That's who it is.
Classic.
Yeah,
That's something Batman would say.
yeah. It's very yeah.
That's something Adam West would say.
No,
don't know.
I think it's something Batman would say.
Oh.
What a way to go! You know? What a way to go!
A hurried, constipated Batman.
What a way to go! Yeah. Oh boy, when are they going to bring in Louis the Lilac?
Who I don't know who that
Gotham's not good. I'm sorry, guys. I like this episode more than the others. Penguin, awesome. Please, enough.
Yeah.
Get rid of. Well, they got maybe honestly the whole Barbara Gordon thing. She broke up with him, right?
Well, for now.
is. No.
Yeah, at his work.
Yeah, that was
I'm going to
classy.
show up at your work and just break up with you. It's
Brutal.
Donkulous.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gotham lowest marks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
By far.
most definitely. Unfortunately, I did think of one more thing with the Flash too. There actually was a lot going on in that episode. The lesser or the villain, kind of Simon Stagg.
Sure. Yeah.
William Sadler.
Who I
played
love,
him.
by the way,
Yeah,
Bill Sadler.
He's great.
Played Death in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Simon Stagg and Stagg Industries are responsible for a number of things in the DC universe, but the biggest probably is the creation of Metamorpho.
Yes, that's true. That's
So,
very true. Yes. Ooh, that would be cool. Metamorpho.
Yeah.
Okay, so dream casting. Who do you get to play Metamorpho? That's a great
And-
character.
Bruce Willis.
Oh my gosh,
And
that is
quickly
dream casting.
describe Metamorpho for those who are not
Oh,
familiar with
Metamorpho.
DC.
You go ahead. You do it.
Rex Mason,
Yeah,
I believe is his
yeah.
name. He was he worked at Stagg Industries and
Not a
oh, no,
genius
yeah.
either, right? He was.
No,
he
I
just,
think it was like a janitor or
Yeah,
something.
right. And he gets exposed to the chemical mixture.
Yeah.
He can pretty much his
Why
body.
do we?
his
Why
body.
would we fear him?
Oh, he's Metamorpho
Yeah, he's
can
extremely
take you
powerful.
out. He's a really
He
powerful
can turn his
character.
body into like elements.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Okay.
And he can pretty much take most people out. He's a
Yeah.
really powerful character.
He
If
can
you've ever
become,
seen
like,
him, he's
gaseous,
got like a
if he
a
wants.
goofy white like kind of Caliban looking head. Caliban's a character from the X books. Look it
Yeah.
up. So he's got like this weird Caliban looking head, and then his body is segmented into
into
different
different
colors
elements,
and elements
yeah.
and stuff.
Kind of like a Mazo.
Kind of like the Super Skrull.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Really cool character. I would love to see that. Oh my goodness.
They
See
killed
what?
they killed Simon Stagg though.
Oh.
They did kill him.
Well, you know.
Yeah, well, I knew.
They could still do Stagg Industries will still be around. So I
yeah,
guess they
and
could
I
still
didn't
do
think
that.
they were going to get William Sadler week after week.
No.
I mean, he
That's
is
cool.
very busy being the president of the United States in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's true. Yeah.
Aha,
President Ellis.
That's
President
right.
Matthew Ellis.
People don't remember that. Yeah, he was the president. He was in
He was
the
in Iron
Iron
Man 3.
Patriot
Yeah.
suit. Yeah, see that? Look at
And
that.
he was in Captain America: The Winter Soldier when the targets were being acquired. He was one of the targets.
Oh.
Yeah. No, there you go. So he's a traitor to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he must be eliminated.
So we got another week of shows to do next week, and then Halloween. And I think I want to do a Halloween special.
Okay. And what do you
What
want to do a
will that-
Halloween special?
I want to do
What
a
will we
Midnight
cover?
Suns Marvel Knights Halloween special.
When you say Midnight Suns, are you referring to the
I'm
run of comic books that was done with the Lilin and Lilith, and it was the return of
Zarathos and
yeah.
Lilith, and
Yeah.
had Blade and Venom
Yep.
and Ghost Rider.
and that book everybody couldn't
Morbius.
get enough of, Darkhold.
Sure.
What a book.
Yeah.
Definitely need
Garth
to.
Marenghi?
It's
Definitely,
just-
Garth Marenghi's Dark
Dark
Place.
Place?
Oh, please! If you don't know that, look it up. It's the funniest show ever.
I think it was Ghost Rider.
It was Spirits of Vengeance was the
Yeah.
two of them together,
Yeah, it was-
and then
so it was
Ghost
both.
Rider. So it was the Dan Ketch Ghost Rider, but Dan was Blackout had cut his throat, so Dan was
Oh,
dead. He was
Okay.
dead and like in like the netherworld, and it was Zarathos dominant for that period of time. And then it was so him and Johnny Blaze, and then
It's a big supernatural mashup. It's really
Yeah.
cool. It's perfect for the season, and I think it would be
But
fun.
are they doing something with that now?
No, they're not.
Oh, you just want to
So
bring?
we
You want to
wanna
just talk about
it's
it?
fun
Because
It's
I know,
Halloween.
I actually know a lot of
Yeah.
inside skinny on that era at
Sure.
Marvel, and I know one of the books that they were gonna do that they didn't do, which you guys have to tune in 2 weeks to find out, because it was the book that I was most excited about, and they never did it, and they've never really done much with this character, except I did see this character on Superhero Squad, which is like the little kid
Oh, yes,
show.
yes, yes.
So pretty cool. And of course, I'm always up for talking about the Marvel Knights characters,
Sure.
because of Mark Spector Moon Knight. And no, I'm not.
He's
gonna
not
do
in
that
it.
now. I know
But he should be.
he should be. But
there's some stuff we can go into about the whole Marvel Knights revolution. That,
Yeah.
changed pretty much
well, it was
the fate of Marvel at the time.
what it did was it put Daredevil back on track.
Yeah.
Is the way I always felt.
Well,
about
and it saved Marvel in a lot of ways. Marvel was in trouble at that time period.
Yeah, that's true. That's
and then
true.
the whole Inhumans creation and everything, it was really gutsy.
But we do need to talk about the Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
bombshell.
Yes, so he has.
You're the resident.
Do you want to do
news
that
guy.
this week, or do you want to do that
No, we
next
should
week?
do it
Talk
right
about it now. It's
quickly.
fresh news.
Bonus-
I want to hear what
footage.
people have to say too
Okay.
Yeah.
about Robert Downey Jr. has just been cast in Captain America 3. Apparently, he's going to have a sizable role too, as the rumor is that they're going to be adapting Civil War.
Which I think is a mistake.
Yeah, could be, but there's not a lot of details yet. This movie, I don't think, has even.
Okay, so Civil
Started
War
shooting.
is a storyline in the Marvel Universe, in the comic books, where the government forces superheroes to register.
It's the comic book version of the Patriot Act.
Yes, and it is very similar to the Mutant Registration Act, which was in the X books way long time ago. And the idea is that if you register, you tell the government your secret identity. Okay, you don't have to tell the public, but you tell the government, and the public can go and find that information out. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, my issue with it is it spanned the Marvel Universe, and it brought in characters from continuity way gone by, everything else. And if you don't have, as the Marvel Productions is right now, if you don't have the rights to Spider-Man, now there's a chance they can get Spider-Man.
But
We've
that's
heard
been
that
the-
rumor.
that's been the
We've
big
heard that
talk.
rumor that Sony is working a deal. But if you don't have Spider-Man, you don't have the Fantastic Four, you don't have the one good thing is
X-Men
the
kind of
X-Men
sit it
sat
out.
that one out because they were like, screw you guys, we already went through this. But you don't have
Yeah.
characters
And
that.
then
Well,
it-
do you know what? Wolverine was a big part of Civil
Yes,
War.
that's true.
Wolverine was a
He-
very big
he was
part
their
of Civil War
contract killer,
because,
basically.
because of his Avengers affiliation,
Yeah.
which is such a
Back at the
weird
time.
thing that they've done.
And yeah,
Well, it was Namor demanded justice,
Yeah.
and
Here's a-
they picked Wolverine to go get
Yeah.
Nitro, who
Mhm.
started the whole
a
thing.
big problem
Killed the New Warriors.
with the Civil War
Namorita.
storyline as it sits right now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Pretty much every hero we already have in the Earth-based Avengers team, they already are public knowledge
Yep.
who they are.
That's right.
You know Steve Rogers is
We
Steve
don't have
Rogers. You know
costumes,
Thor
yeah.
is Thor. You
Right.
know Tony is Iron Man. Now you even know Natasha and Clint Barton are that because of the
Yeah.
Shield
Yeah.
info dump.
Yeah.
So there's really not anyone on
You
the
know
team other
Bruce
than
Banner is the
Yeah.
Hulk.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
not anyone on the team that would affect
So that means they're going to be introducing a
new
lot
characters.
more people.
You
Yeah.
would assume, yeah.
Because you
You're
figure
leaving
those will
out
be
Falcon.
Team Stark.
We have Falcon now.
Falcon, yeah.
Yeah.
There's also that rumor, if you've heard, that
But Falcon
Avengers 3 will feature a new team of Avengers.
Yeah.
Falcon will be Team Cap, obviously.
How can you do?
Oh, most
I don't think you can do Civil War. I don't think you can do Civil War.
And that's also going to be next summer's event is Civil War. They're bringing it back.
By the
in
way,
Marvel
can I bring
Comics.
something else up?
And Secret War.
Guys, I have a major issue to bring up with Civil War. If they're really going to do Civil War,
You need the new
the
Warriors.
way, oh god, yeah.
Night Thrasher.
And you need Nitro, who's a mutant.
Yeah.
So there's a problem. If you're going to do Civil War, the way Captain America, I mean, I know Winter Soldier kind of changed his outlook,
Yeah.
but their actually personalities in the movies versus the comic books are completely reversed. In Civil War in the comic books, Tony Stark is the fascist.
Yeah.
He is the government dude.
Yeah.
Whereas this, the way he's been in the movies, he's been ultra liberal, kind
Yeah.
of save the whales kind of guy.
So maybe something happens in Avengers 2.
That's
that
what I'm
forces
thinking.
him to
There's going to be some sort of fallout that's going
do
to
a
lead into
180.
Cap
Yeah.
3.
Well, I don't know. It's a very strange situation.
You know, I'm comfortable with it because I trust Marvel to do it.
I
right?
told you
I like Civil War.
they can't bat.
But
No one
we'll see.
bats 1,000. You have to be ready for that moment where
Okay.
you go, "Oh no!"
And a lot of people thought that was going to be Guardians of the Galaxy. But
Well, no, I never thought it was going to be.
You
Guardians of
didn't,
the
but
Galaxy.
people did.
A lot of people did.
No,
Yeah.
I'm,
I knew that it was.
I thought it would be okay. I didn't think it would
No,
be as good as it
it'll
was.
be in one of the main Earth based. It won't be in a side Trek movie, but
Yeah.
So I think it's a mistake to do it. That's my opinion. I'm happy to hear that he's going to be in it. I'm happy to hear that he's committed. Is he going to do Iron Man 4?
No word on that. I believe.
Okay.
I think he is. He's
All right.
going to be in Captain America 3.
I have a feeling
that
it's
he
going
got-
to be Iron Man 4.
Marvel has given him the A from the Avengers movie. He's like the owner of it. Robert
Oh, really?
Downey Jr.
Yeah.
He
That's
owns
cool.
the giant A. So I think he's going to be in Iron
Well,
Man 4.
it did come off of Stark Tower.
And the one
Yeah,
shot,
it is
they
his
talk about
property.
the Mandarin.
That's right.
The real Mandarin. So they've got to do an Iron Man 4.
Oh yeah, there is a real Mandarin. I always forget about
Are
that.
they
That's
really doing?
That's
the
in a
Mandarin?
one shot.
I'm just saying he exists.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
there
my
will be an
goodness.
Iron Man 4. Robert Downey Jr. will be in it. I don't know. I assume he will be, but we'll see.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you go.
Way in below.
That's interesting news.
Yeah, I think that's all the time we have.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Sadly, the Wolverine's gone, or whatever.
R.I.P. James Howlett.
Yeah. James Howlett. All right.
We'll be
Logan
back next
Patch.
week. We might actually be talking about Constantine next week.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
which I will be sitting out that portion of the conversation
I'm excited.
if I guest in again next
Yeah.
week. But I am going to watch it, and maybe I'll pass you guys a note or something and say I feel this way about it. But
Well, of course.
Sure.
and 2 weeks I will give you guys that bombshell revelation about what book Marvel was going to include in the Rise of the Midnight Suns.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, this was one for the fans. I'm Justin Peterson,
You're
Oh,
LTG.
I'm LTG.
And I'm Justin Lane.
and we'll see you all next week.
Goodbye.
Thanks. Bye.
He was the best he did.
Oh boy. All right. We're gonna try that again. It stinks in here.
It does.
What did you do?
It smells
You
like
did
a
it
carne
again.
asada.
God Almighty!
Mixed
dude.
with a festival
Oh
of
my
the dead.
God. Damn, man.